Todd Sinclair calling for the bell, and we're off here. Flamita and Bandito, a grudge match here in Ring of Honor Wrestling. As Flamita reeling, Flamita to the outside, full head of steam, takes out Bandito.
My goodness.
And this is a great submission. This is a great, he's gonna tear the arm out of the socket.
And look at his left.
He's still got the legs. If he's got the legs in the match, and it's gonna take moves like that, because those don't require the arm. Those don't require a whole lot of arm movement. Bandito, flying head scissor, around he goes. Flamita, look at him go.
When will he stop?
As the world turns, head scissor takeover. 4 rotations for Bandito. Fosbury flop. Wow, whoa. 450
That'll
from
do it
Flamita.
right there.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
Just a 2 count.
Wow.
But it's Bandito. Whoa. Wow. Plants it.
That can do it right there.
Whoa.
Man.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Did he just hit?
Todd is out. Looking for the X-knee. X-knee. And Todd. Oh, Todd's shoulder may have been popped. Oh, God. Flamita.
Taking advantage of the situation. Wow.
The team of Ken Dixon and the Beer City Cruiser.
What the rookie's got, huh?
He's Matt Taven, Mike Bennett.
Matt Taven's one of them. Dixon stepping right up to the plate.
And I'm not saying
That
you're
didn't
wrong.
last long. Didn't last long.
Oh! Blocking him from the tag, charging in, follows him in. Oh, God! Off the ropes. Leapfrog, right hand, kick of the king. Into the corner. Dixon,
That could do it.
Buzz Sawyer slam. 2.
What? Just, huh? What just happened?
He might
He
have
had
three.
Bennett down on the ground.
What are you doing?
What?
He might have 3.
When?
He had Bennett out of the picture.
Bennett was down. Power slam. He's trying to hit a best move. That's it. This
Tag made. I don't
beginning
think.
of the end right
This is
here.
the mistake I'm making.
Oh, right hand. Bennett staggers Dixon.
I mean, I think he was trying to impress Bruiser, but the win would have impressed him.
You know
This
what?
is a loss. This is it.
Deserved.
2.
Yep.
OGK stay at the top of the rankings.
Wow.
And it is for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship.
Because it's not a pure
God.
match.
And the strikes just unloading on Deppen.
Man.
God, the kicks, the strikes, the open hands.
Looks like Deppen is about to go in the deep end.
Whoa! And Deppen may join him as he's DDT'd into the turnbuckle. Hook the leg, 2 and 3.
Wow.
Just a 2 count there. Oh, wait a minute. Goes right to the face lock. Right to the face lock. And it's Williams. Pile driver. Good night.
That's it, Riccaboni. That'll do it right there. Yep.
2 and
What?
fires up, caught. Wow. Catches the arm, rolls him through, traps the leg.
He's trapped.
2.
He's trapped.
New champion.
New champion. New champion.
The Spladle does it.
The winner of this match and new Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Tony Deppen.
Tony Deppen is shocked. Tracy Williams and Violence Unlimited is on the board. The television title in tow. Chris Dickinson, Brody King, Homicide.
Hi, I'm Quinn McKay, and today is our 50th episode of Week by Week. I can't believe it has been almost a year since we started these. Week by Week was created during the pandemic to keep fans entertained and informed when live events and tapings were put on hold. And each week we evolved to include more and more content, and I'm very, very proud of what we've accomplished and looking forward to many, many more episodes. So thank you to Gator and Josh for helping me get through all of these. What's also impressive is the guy who writes these formats every week doesn't even speak English, so we're doing pretty good, if I do say so myself. Anyway, on the latest episode of ROH TV, history was made. Violence Unlimited's Tony Deppen captured the ROH Television Championship from the Foundation's Hot Sauce Tracy Williams in his very first title defense. Let's hear from the new champ immediately following the bout. I'm Quinn McKay, backstage at Ring of Honor, and your new ROH World Television Champion, representing Violence Unlimited, Tony Deppen. Tony, this was a huge win for you, but maybe even a bigger win for Violence Unlimited. So what's next now that you have the TV title?
So Quinn, the weather may be gloomy outside, but it's shining bright on Violence Unlimited. See, when I came here to Ring of Honor, I always talked about my family, the family I want to support. But as of a few months ago, I have a new family for Ring of Honor, Violence Unlimited. And I'm going to do what I have to do to take care of my family. And this belt is one step closer.
Tony Deppen provides. You can see the Depp and Tracy match in full without commercial breaks this Thursday on our YouTube page. This title change shocked the world, and the war between Violence Unlimited, the Foundation, and La Facción Ingobernable is far from over. And I can guarantee that once Dragon Lee returns to action, his sights will be dead set on the TV championship that he never technically lost. Also, on the latest episode of ROH TV, we saw a highly anticipated match between former partners, and unfortunately, we now know for sure that Nexus Squad is no more. Let's hear from Flamita right after his very questionable win over Bandito. I'm Quinn McKay, backstage at Ring of Honor. In fact, I'm right outside of the arena, and I'm waiting for Felina to come through there because I want to know exactly what has gotten into him. What are you doing to... Hey, you can't just... I'm assuming that didn't resolve things. Mexa Squad may be no more, but the OGK is going strong. OGK have been at the top of the tag team rankings for quite some time, and after their recent victory on ROH TV over the newly formed tag team of Beer City Bruiser and Ken Dixon, you can expect Mike Bennett and Matt Taven to get a shot at tag team gold very soon. Not only that, but Taven got his retribution on Bruiser for busting a bottle over his head a few weeks ago by doing the same to him. So that's always fun. Let's hear from the OGK following the match. I'm Quinn McKay, backstage at Ring of Honor, and it is always a very good day for me when I get to interview the OGK. Guys, how does it feel to finally be the ones to break the beer bottle over Beer City Bruiser's head?
Quinny, that's what they call a receipt. That's been coming for a long, long time, and I told you I had a list of Melvins. I was going to cross their names off one by one, and now the Beer City butthole, he's gone. But that's not why this man came here. That's not why the OGK is back. We didn't come to play tiddlywinks with a bunch of Melvins. We came for one reason, Mike, and why is that?
Not to play tiddlywinks, because I hate tiddlywinks. When I was a kid, Mama Bennett used to say, Mike, play tiddlywinks. And I'd say, no, Mom, I'm not playing tiddlywinks. But you know what I hated more than tiddlywinks? Beer City Bruiser. And now, like you said, crossed off that list. Goodbye, so sad. I hated Vincent. Crossed off that list. Goodbye, not sad. But more important things. We are going to become Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions for the second time. So I don't know about you, but I'm pumped. Let's go do it. Let's do it. Whoa.
Hold on. Good luck next week.
Thank you, David. Wow. While OGK's next match will be for the ROH World Tag Team Championships, it looks like Bruiser's next match will not be teaming with Ken Dixon, but Brian Milonas. The Bouncers are seemingly back together after weeks of Milonas being conflicted and not agreeing with Bruiser's out-of-control ways. That all changed on ROH TV. Let's hear from both men after the match with the OGK. I'm Quinn McKay, backstage at Ring of Honor, and this is the Beer City Bruiser. I would like to thank you for taking time out of your schedule of busting beer bottles over people's heads to talk to me today.
Busting beer bottles? I got one busted over my head.
Yeah, but I mean, you did do it first. But Malonis and you are finally back on the same page, so that has to feel great, right?
Oh, Quinn, you have no idea how great that feels. Finally, he sees it's about us. It's about the bouncers, right, my friend? It's about us now. It's about time you got it.
Yeah, you know what? I was made to look like a damn fool. You know, there's haves and there's have-nots here, and the bouncers have been living in the outhouse, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, Quinn. And this man's been right. He's been right all along. He's been telling the... Hey.
Ken?
I like the way you guys partied. Yeah!
Didn't he just...
Hey, we can always use an extra pair of fists when we're fighting. Trust me.
It's your responsibility.
That's fine.
Hey, look, here's the thing. We're going to do what we want, when we want to, and however the hell we want. And let me ask you this, Quinn. You like to ask questions, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
Who the hell is going to stop us?
Not me. No. It's just like old times, except scarier. On the upcoming episode of ROH TV, the Mecca, Bryan Johnson, who is our week-by-week exclusive match a little later on against Ryan Mooney, has issued an open challenge to anyone on the ROH roster. We've gotten word that the challenge has been answered, and it's anybody's guess who will show up this weekend to face the Mecca. Let's listen to what Bryan has to yell about now.
It's crazy sometimes how art can truly imitate life. Because the world that we're currently living in is as divided as it's ever been. People are picking one side or the other, and where your loyalties lie are how you are judged. And that's no different than right here at Ring of Honor, where they are as divided as they have ever been. Some guys are starting to build a kingdom while others preach the way of the pure. Some swear that violence is the answer while others believe they truly are righteous. Then there's some that are creating their own promotion so that they can change the culture, while others have an entire faction just for their family. But standing alone on an island all by himself, with a handful of matches and a gasoline tank big enough to set this entire damn place on fire, is me, the Mecca, Bryan Johnson! And in 2021, while Ring of Honor continues to be divided, the wrestling world is clamoring that wrestling is for everyone. Well, there's no more inclusive professional wrestler on the planet than me, because I am an equal opportunity ass whooper, and I am set to prove it. So I marched into Ring of Honor management's office, and I demanded a match against any man, woman, or child walking God's green earth. You see, in 2021, I have a 4-1 record, and I am a dragon's breath away from being the Ring of Honor television champion. Yet nobody is talking about the Mecca. I battled the internet to the entitled, and now I am ready to start building my legacy here at Ring of Honor. So I will crash the rocket. I will fill the Magnum with blanks. I will bankrupt the mercenary. I will mock your stupid narrative. I will discipline them boys. I will cook the octopus into calamari. I will lasso the bull. I will dethrone the Purple Rain. I will make the franchise fall. Because I will be remembered as one of the greatest of all time. So before you say the names, Danielson, Punk, Nigel or Joe, Aries, Black, Richards or Cole, Lethal, Briscoe, Cabana or Steen, you better clear your damn throat and say the M-E-C-C-A, the Mecca, Bryan Johnson! Because I don't care what side you stand on or who you're grouped with, it will always be Mecca versus everybody.
Also, this weekend on TV, we're going to see a huge tag team contest with Mark and Jay Briscoe facing the team of Flip Gordon and EC3. At ROH's 19th anniversary, we saw Flip pick up a huge win over Mark Briscoe, and Jay was victorious in his epic encounter with EC3. The board of directors have teamed Flip and EC3 up, and them boys are back together after their showdown on the 500th episode. And in the main event this weekend, it's Angelina Love versus myself. This match has been a long time coming, and I'm hoping that when it's all said and done, Angel and I will have squashed this whole thing, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to prove that I have what it takes to hang inside the ring as well. Be sure to stick around to the end of Week by Week after the exclusive match and get an in-depth and up-close look at words from both Angelina and myself. Anyway, don't forget all the things released on a constant basis at ROHWrestling.com and on all of our social media pages. The weekly articles on ROHWrestling.com include A Dose of Colemanism with Caprice Coleman, The Other Side with Kelly Ann, and the X-Files delivers breaking news on a constant basis, and Kevin Eck also drops the ROH Strong podcast every Monday. The latest guest is Lenny Leonard. Former ROH commentator Lenny Leonard reveals details about his imminent return to the company. He also talks about how he broke into pro wrestling as a ring announcer and his time in ROH, including some of his favorite matches and moments working with Gabe Sapolsky and Dave Prazak, his role in the film The Wrestler, and much more. Remember, on our official YouTube page, there's also Technique Tuesdays with Joe Hendry, Throwback Thursday, The Honor List, and our brand new Women's Division Wednesday. Last Wednesday was the debut of Women's Division Wednesday. We saw a tag team match with 4 ROH debuts, as it was Hyon and Laney Luck squaring off against Roxy and the colossal Max the Impaler. The 4 athletes went to a 15-minute time limit draw, and everyone was extremely impressive. These 4 competitors, as well as many others, will have the opportunity to establish themselves and prove that they deserve entry into the prestigious Women's Championship Tournament this summer. If those athletes excel, they'll be given a ticket to gold. That's right, starting tomorrow, Board of Directors member Maria Kanellis Bennett will give someone the ticket to gold via surprise Zoom call, and that wrestler will then be in the tournament. Join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Twitter for the hashtag ROHWD Watch Party. It will be a super great time. And remember, Best on the Planet is our 24/7 streaming channel. You can find Best on the Planet in the live TV section of the Stir or Plex apps, which are available in all major app stores. It's ROH all day, every day, and you definitely want to check it out if you haven't already. As always, you can share your thoughts and opinions about all things ROH in our Facebook group and hashtag Choose Your Honor. We want your ideas, so let's collaborate together. Check shophonor.com for shirts like the new Infinite Eli Isom shirt, Danhausen, the Briscoes, and much more. All of your favorite ROH stars. Plus, all sorts of awesome collectibles like the ROH Micro Brawlers, and soon we'll be releasing something very cool. Remember those old wrestling buddies from back in the day? I wonder. Regardless, it's now time for our exclusive match. The former Ryan Nova from the Shinobi Shadow Squad returns with a new attitude. Ryan's decided to go by his real name of Ryan Mooney and has stripped everything down in order to build himself back up. He has a tough task upon his return, though, as he battles the Mecha, Brian Johnson. Let's go to that now, and remember, stick around after the match for a closer look at my match with Angelina this weekend. Like, subscribe, and hit the little bell down below. I'm Quinn McKay, and I'll see you next week on Week by Week.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting edition of Week by Week. Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman, and world-famous CB on the call for this one, featuring a returning star of Ring of Honor and a man who cemented himself in the Ring of Honor World Television Title Division. Let's take it to Bobby Cruz for our official introductions.
This is an ROH Week by Week exclusive match, set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, wrestling out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 209 pounds, the Mecca, Bryan Danielson.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us, Ian, Caprice, CB. A man returning here today to face Brian Johnson, a man you know very well.
Oh yeah, one of my very first students, the newly christened Ryan Mooney, returned to Ring of Honor.
Exciting times, Caprice. You and I knew Ryan Mooney as Ryan Nova. He's jumping in against really a top contender for the World Television Title. The man we just saw, Brian Johnson.
Yeah, he's jumping into the deep pool, but to hear him say he can do it, he can swim very well, let's see what he's got.
His opponent, wrestling out of Trenton, New Jersey, weighing 168 pounds, Ryan Mooney.
And Ryan Mooney feels like he was the Shadow in the Shinobi Shadow Squad, CB, but he's a young man that you trained very well. We've seen the success of Eli Isom, and Ryan Mooney coming back looking to prove himself. If he gets a win, he's going to be facing a man who's in the top 5 in the World Television title division.
Oh yeah, my very first student at the ROH dojo. I'm super proud of Ryan Mooney. He's reinvented himself. He's come back. He embodies the term built different.
And you know what, Caprice, you and I remember very well, it was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This man's first match in Ring of Honor was against the Ring of Honor World Champion at the time, Cody.
That he's proved over and over again. You could throw him in the deep end of the pool, and he comes out swimming, man. So I think it's a great opportunity for him. I'm glad to see him back as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of Philadelphia, the
loudmouth.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look at this.
It's the most important handshake of your life. Oh, yeah? You better put it right there.
Code of Honor adhered to, but Bryan Johnson off to a fast start. You know, we talked to Ryan Mooney before we went on the air. He said he's going to make a name for himself in ROH at the expense of the man with the loudest mouth.
Fine. He wants you out the corner, Ryan.
And Mooney, of course, is a family name, Nova. It's an assumed name to help him break into wrestling.
I like that misdirection.
He's got the speed.
Yeah.
He sure does. Nice side headlock takeover. Head scissors there. Pops out of it. And look at that. And he's added probably, what do you say, 15 to 20 pounds of muscle?
Oh, yeah. He's been working hard during this break from Ring of Honor.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Pull through single?
Sure did. Now he's got both ankles. Looking for that Texas Cloverleaf. Maybe we know on the independent scene he's been using that move.
He's talking junk to the Mecca.
Cheap shot, but Johnson there.
That wasn't cheap. That was smart. Took his leg out, caused him to fall right into his knee, face first. That Mecca's smart, man. He's always thinking.
And we got to give credit where credit's due as he puts him in a precarious position. That neck is maybe tweaked here.
Yeah.
Looking for the Spike Eskin.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Delivers.
Oh, my God.
Spike Eskin connects, and Mooney's in a world of hurt.
You can see that Bryan's in a little hurt as well.
2. Trapezius.
Yep.
Giving him some trouble there.
Shaking that neck, man. It kind of got him on the outside there.
Yeah, Noah was all on. Mooney was all over him very early on. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that neck there.
Yeah, we got to give a lot of credit where credit's due. We talked about Bryan Johnson being in the World Television title division on the 4-way at 19th anniversary, also featuring LSG and Danhausen and Eli Isom. Oh! And then picked up another victory in the third match in the 3-match series against Danhausen. So this is a man, oh God, who stood toe-to-toe with Dragon Lee, did not back down.
I think he might have pulled something, Bryan Johnson. He's in control, and he's still messing with that neck area.
Johnson's been on a roll lately. He's not been shy about letting people in the locker room know it.
Well, you know, he earned that role too, man. I would admit sometimes I kind of looked over him, man, and he kept talking and kept walking, and look at him now. He's in the top contendership of the television title.
He loves to talk. He loves to talk.
Sure does. Loves to hear the sound of his own voice. And Bryan Johnson.
Hey, man, I like that fist drop. I ain't gonna lie.
Love it. 2.
Did he just sit on his face?
Whatever it takes, I guess, for Bryan Johnson. You know, that fist drop.
You said whatever it takes or takes. What'd you say?
Takes.
Oh,
takes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that'd be a different show.
Bryan
Johnson. Knee to the back, into the spine, and trapping the arm, looking for a Cobra clutch. Now just using his arm to cut off the oxygen.
Cutting off the oxygen flow.
Johnson's always adding new moves to his arsenal, staying fresh.
And with that, with him elevating the elbow, man, a lot of times when you're in those type of moves, you look up to breathe. He's cutting off your escape route. That's very smart.
I hate that we got to give this guy credit, but this guy's a world-class wrestler.
I hate it so much. I cannot give him any credit. I hate it so much.
I have to call what I see, man. This guy does the little things that he does work.
And I love that Ryan Mooney's keeping up with him right here in his big Ring of Honor return.
He's a fighter, man.
Sure is. Charging in. Missed with the right. Bryan Johnson claps the ears. Missed with the equilibrium. Shoulder tackle takes him down. Going for the cover here. 2. You know, I like that he trapped the wrist. I like that he put a little bit more pressure on the arm.
He put the weight. I don't know why he didn't. I would normally say he should have hooked the leg, but he had all his weight distributed across the shoulder blades. It was a good cover. That's Mooney saying, I'm not ready to go home yet.
He's not giving up. He is not giving up. Look at that, just like that.
Well, that's that neck, too. That neck's been good. I think he strained something in there.
In that match with Danhausen. You know, it all adds up over time. Yeah, getting frustrated here with Mooney. Picks him up. Whoa! Brainbuster sends Mooney down, writhing in pain. Again, that cover, high cover. It's a Bryan Johnson signature. Johnson here, thinking about his next move. Thanks so much for joining us here on Week by Week. We have world famous CB. You are in action coming up. You're fighting and clawing in the pure division. So excited to have you here.
Moving up the rankings here.
Absolutely. So we see Mooney, sunset flip. Oh, drops down. One,
Come on,
two,
Mandak.
and Mandak.
There you go.
Yeah, he
Good
knows
job.
Bryan Johnson's tricks.
Good
Wait
job,
a minute,
Mandak.
Mooney. 1, 2, upset city. No, just a 2 count there. Knee to the midsection. Off the ropes. Rolls him up. 2.
Mooney's trying to get a win, man. I like when these guys come out here. They're not
Quick
necessarily
covers
looking
here.
for a finisher. They're trying to win.
2. Stacks him up, rolls through, maintains
Nice
control.
transition, yeah. It's gonna try to.
Seatbelt
Nice
pin.
trap. 2.
Oh, that'll stop you in your
That,
tracks.
that was on the money.
Straight right. And Johnson up and over. Mooney, great counter. Waistlock looking for the O'Connor roll. Has him. 2. Johnson pushes out. Nice drop down. Johnson misses with the right. Mooney backhand, nobody home. It's Mooney up the ropes. Oh, double cross body.
Both men with the same idea there.
Absolutely. I really believe Bryan Johnson can have a good match with anybody, man.
Certainly established that he is at and near the top of the ranks in the World Television Title division, and that says a lot about Mooney being able to keep up with him here.
Yeah. Mooney's coming back. He's not coming here just for a spot. He's coming to get to the top.
That's where you may be in a couple of weeks. We'll see you against Fred Yehi in a pure division match.
I'm excited. I'm pumped for that one.
It's going to be a heck of a contest.
And speaking of Cody, man, Mooney's always thrown in at the deep end, man. Every time he comes back, he gets one of these tests.
It was kind of, me, you, and Holt used to joke around that he was kind of the unsung hero, maybe the secret weapon, because
Oh, yeah.
the Shinobi Shadow Squad, but I don't think there's any joking that he's staying with the top contender for the TV title right now.
Yeah, felt overshadowed for a long time, but he's always been the MVP and the glue guy of our group.
Knee to the midsection. Mooney delivering, back kick to the midsection. Kicks up the jaw of Bryan Johnson. I know a lot of people who'd want to do that.
Yeah, I'm living through Mooney.
Everybody in the locker room,
Yeah, shutting his mouth a little bit. Ducks the right, go behind. Nice move by Mooney. Off the ropes, follows him in, sends him down.
That's what I mean. These misdirections that Mooney does. As a wrestler, you're trained certain directions to go into, and he counters that. Like, that's different.
Mooney back to his feet, charging in, up and over.
Wow. See, even with that, he makes Bryan Johnson has to think twice.
I'm seeing a lot of bit of CB and Ryan Mooney. That even that wrist lock takeover, that misdirection.
He's been working hard at the dojo, putting in the hours in.
Oh, look at that! Come on, handful of tights. Are you kidding me? Connects on the way down with the heel of the boot, and it's Johnson hooking the leg. Just a 1 count there.
1.
Now, when you kick out at 1, that's letting this person know that you have done nothing. Yeah, you can tell by Bryan Johnson's face. Bryan Johnson is shocked at that.
Kick to the midsection there. Irish whip off the ropes. Ducks the right, takes out the knee. Mooney always thinking, takes out the left.
That was a single leg drag.
Oh, what is this?
Lightning spiral. That move was passed down to him by Jimmy Rave, actually.
Wow, look at this going. We know he likes the Texas Cloverleaf. He's been using it in his independent matches,
He's trying to finger lace it.
trying to get the grip,
Yep.
trying to turn him over.
Kicks to the back. Got him. I locked in.
Turn him over. If
Trying
he
to
can
lace
lock
those
the
fingers.
hands.
Yeah, he can't
Needs
lock
to
the
sit down.
Yep. Can't lace the fingers.
And getting to the ropes, Bryan Johnson knew he was in trouble. He knows that's Mooney's best hold.
Yeah. If Mooney would have laced those fingers, man, that'd have been it.
Credit to Johnson.
Yep.
He kept moving that quad and that hamstring, trying to powering out.
Now, with Johnson scurrying to the outside of the ring, he's creating space, and I don't know is that because of safety or he's setting him up. It's one of the two.
Ducks the right. Mooney connects, sends Johnson to the floor. And we know Mooney can fly. Oh!
Set him up.
And Johnson, one of the
crafty Bryan Johnson.
one of the smartest wrestlers in Ring of Honor. Got to give.
I wouldn't say that far.
Got to give the devil his due, and you got to trust the process.
But that's it.
The process connects. 2, it's over.
Great showing by both guys. I'm impressed by Mooney.
Fantastic match there.
But Bryan Johnson keeps his locomotive moving.
The winner of this match, the Mecca, Bryan Johnson.
Big return for Ryan Mooney. taking on one of the top contenders for the TV title, Bryan Johnson. Johnson continues his roll back up the rankings on a collision course with that World Television Champion. What a great match this was. We're going to thank you so much for joining us. For Quinn, for CB, for Caprice, I'm Ian Riccaboni. Happy wrestling, everybody.
Keep on rolling. This whole goddamn Meccade is W's for the Mecca. Pete, tell him, Burger! Tell him, CB!
You don't have to tell him anything. Tell him in the ring. Tell him in the ring.
So since day one of me coming into Ring of Honor, I've really noticed that, you know, there's always some kind of a jealousy, some kind of a bitterness. You know, you have a 20-year vet, 7-time women's world champion coming into the locker room. There's always going to be somebody that has some kind of a problem. However, I didn't think that the one that would have the biggest problem would be the backstage interviewer. But, I mean, when you hear the name Quinn McKay, you associate that with the age of entitlement, which is a big issue in the wrestling world these days with all these new up-and-comers, people who are new in the business, very green, haven't really done much to have this sense of entitlement. Quinn is not a wrestler. She's a backstage interviewer. And I think at some point in her life, she's had too many hits to the head doing something, because to try to start something with me, Angelina Love, and the allure is just so crazy. I don't even have words for how dumb that is, but dumb equals Quinn McKay. All of a sudden, she's just, whoop, I'm a wrestler. Okay, it doesn't work that way, but if I have to be the one to teach the lesson, I'm up for the mini challenge of teaching Quinn a lesson. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. I very easily locked her dumb ass in a room and went and took the microphone and did her extremely difficult job of backstage interviewing. So if Quinn truly wants to challenge me to a match, I mean, 1, that's hilarious. And 2, I don't have a problem teaching her that lesson. Hey,
What are you doing giving these cameras the time of day?
oh girl, I'm just talking about Quinn.
Okay, well, we have better things to do.
This is true.
Come on, let's go.
All right, we're done.
Hi, I'm Quinn McKay. But you know that. I guess that I had gotten to a point where I just didn't think that I was ever gonna be given this opportunity. Because it's something that I've wanted for a really long time, but there was this whole part of me that just got kind of compartmentalized and tucked away. And wrestling wasn't even my first love, is what the funny thing is, because it's all that I think about now. But my first love was roller derby. For 8 years, I skated competitively before I ever stepped inside a wrestling ring for the first time. And Angelina's right about one thing. I am super inexperienced. I don't have the in-ring time that she does. I've never had a match on television. But one thing that I do know is that I've been trained my entire adult life how to fall down and get back up again. I started training at the Ring of Honor dojo, I guess almost 3 years ago at this point. I just wanted to be able to get in the ring and learn as much as I could and then show what I could do. But whenever the opportunity arose for me to become a backstage interviewer and then a host after that, and this just kind of snowball into an avalanche very quickly, so I didn't get to wrestle. But what I did was find an incredibly fruitful career. And it's so satisfying, and I love it so much because storytelling is my passion. And I love Ring of Honor so much that I want everybody to be able to tell their story. And now it's my turn to tell mine. What else can I really say about Angelina, right? Like, she's a 20-year veteran. She's a 7-time women's world champion. She's supposed to be this icon. She should be on the Mount Rushmore of women that led the women's revolution in wrestling. And I wouldn't put her up there if you paid me. The bitterness and animosity and insecurity that she plants in the women's minds in this company, like little seeds that sows nothing but doubt and uncertainty in everything that they do. How can you build a women's division on that? How can you build a women's division on crumbling pieces? She walks into a division and she lays waste and annihilation and destruction, and then she gets to stand in the middle of it as the ashes fall like what, some sort of dark forbidden angel? Not anymore. In order for this division to grow and flourish, I'm gonna take the first step and stand across the ring from the Hydra and cut the head off at the neck. So this is my opportunity to finally show what I have to offer, why Jonathan Gresham invited me to the Ring of Honor dojo to train in the first place. Not to be a backstage interviewer, not to be a host, but to be a wrestler, to be somebody that stands for something and is allowed to have their own voice. And if I lose, then what, right? Like, do I go back to being a host full time? Do I go back to interviewing? Do I maintain this image until my career is over? If I fail at this, if I fail, what was any of it worth? Was any of it worth it? The humiliation, the work, the effort, all of it. I guess we'll find out together.